Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm coming to you today live from Jacksonville, Florida, to share some information with you about a company that I have no doubt can change your life forever. That's what happened with my family when we took a look at this first in 2008. So in 2008, I was working full-time practicing medicine as a physician assistant. I would actually right now at 12 o'clock probably be on my 20th patient by the day with 30 more, 40 more to see. Life was very busy. I had just had my second child. We had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. And my husband and I had just jumped into 2 businesses. And we did that because we had a nanny who we loved, but my boys called her mom, and it was tearing me up. And I was frantically trying to figure out, how am I ever going to be home with my children? And so I just read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And I said, I've got to start something. And so we invested in not one, but 2 businesses. So we opened a skincare retail store, and I had a brick and mortar location in Ponte Vedra Beach with employees, taxes, and paperwork, and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars of inventory. My husband opened a construction company. We kept our full-time jobs and tried to be parents to these kids. And that's when I got the call. You got to watch this. You got to watch this business presentation. I'm like, I'm not interested in it. And my brother said, you can say no, but give us an educated no. And so that made sense to me. And within minutes of watching, I was like, whoa, this is right up my alley. I'm all in. I am very, very interested. And we jumped in that day to this company and getting involved with this company, and it's changed our lives radically changed our lives. And so I'm going to introduce you to a company called Pure. People United Reaching Everyone is what it stands for. And what I found in 15 years of sharing it, the company's been around 15 years, is that people are either attracted to the health aspect of it or the income aspect of it. I was attracted to the health aspect of it. I had sat with my sister a few months earlier while a physician told her, your son has severe autism. He will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. And I had a lot of questions. I wanted to know, was it genetic? Was it vaccinations? What caused it? And I began using my master's degree in clinical medical sciences. As a PA, that's what I had a master's degree in. And that meant I was really good at research. I wasn't Googling, guys. I was literally diving into the Medscape libraries that I had access to as a healthcare provider and reading studies. I was reading books. I read this book, The China Study, and like the whole last 10th of this book is study, telling the importance of plant-based nutrition. And so I had started to try to do better with our health, understanding that the average American diet is not getting the nutrition in our kids that they need. So we have a garden, and we're juicing, and I'm going to the health food store, and I'm doing all the research on the best omegas and the best calcium and the best greens. And I hear about this company that had to use this system of cleansing your body of the toxins, truth, balancing out your pH, helping your body to be as alkaline as possible, truth, and pouring plant-based nutrition into our cells, truth. They used it in practice with patients for 30 years. And there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in, and they said, we need to start a company. An online company where you click a button and you get the best of the best sent to your house. Spent one night comparing what they have to what I have. And I was like, their stuff's better and it's more affordable. I'm in. And I don't have to go to the health food store. I'm in. Within days, we saw radical changes in our day-to-day health. Pooping issues improved. Sleep issues improved. Depression issues gone 6 weeks in. And 3 months in, my autistic nephew, who was totally nonverbal, began speaking. And that's when I realized the power of what we have. I began sharing it, not really understanding the power of what I had, but I began sharing it. And when I began sharing it, checks started to come in. And I will tell you that now those checks that come in every single week are more than 5 times what I used to make working full-time as a PA in a dermatology office. Highest paid specialty a PA can typically be in with no call. I went to school for 8.5 years and spent $100,000 on that education. And I'm going to ask you right now, what are you doing right now? If you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, it'll pay you a weekly check for decades to come. If you're not doing something that will do that, please listen to what I'm sharing with you today. It can radically change your health, and I fully expect it to do that. But the weekly check, especially this time of year when people are stressing about money, you need to decide today that you will never have another December where you're stressing about money. This could be that answer. I joined for the simplicity of it. Click a button. It's going to come to my house. I'm in. Back then, people were not buying things online. They were literally going to the health food store. They were going to the grocery store. They had to drive there. Now we can do Instacart. We can buy everything online. This was news to me in 2008. I'm going to tell you right now, less than 60,000 people in the United States knows that this company exists. Okay, so I didn't know about this in 2008. I saw that they had good products. I saw they were affordable, more affordable than what I was buying. And I said, I'm in, give it to me. I'm still here today because of the extremely real results. To have my nephew go from screaming all day long and being nonverbal to being verbal 3 months later, I said, I've got to figure out what this is. Is it just my nephew? Is it going to happen for more people? And I began to share and share and share and share. So I want to ask you, you all probably have Amazon subscriptions. We're doing our Christmas shopping on Amazon right now. But if someone had come to you in 2005, when nobody had Amazon subscriptions, unless you were a book person, and said, hey, this company Amazon that sells the books, in the future, everyone's going to buy everything from there. Groceries, tires. I bought a refrigerator from them a couple months ago. Christmas shopping will be done online. We're looking for people to spread our brand. We're looking for brand partners, people who will tell others about this amazing company, Amazon. Anybody that chooses to get a subscription with Amazon as a result of you sharing it, we're going to give you 10 to 50% of whatever they sell for the rest of their lives. Would you have seen it? I don't know if I would have seen it. But I'm telling you, the future is online sales. We all know that already. It's already happened. The future is health and wellness. That's already been decided by the major economists. Is health and wellness is the next $1 trillion industry. The problem is there's lots of health and wellness companies that deliver crap, quite frankly, stuff that gives no results. If you're buying something and taking something and you can't tell when you take your vitamin and you can't tell when you take it, you can't tell when you don't, please listen to what I'm sharing. We're different from everything else out there. Why? Well, because number one, we're a company that offers a product that's for everyone. I used to sell expensive skincare. It was just for the ladies, half the demographic. It was just for the ladies who wanted to spend $100 a month on their skin. Tiny, tiny piece of the demographic. What a horrible business idea. I was trying. I wish somebody had, nobody in my family's ever been an entrepreneur, knows these kinds of things. And so I didn't know. Close that sucker down 3 to 4 years later when this started. The checks that I was getting was easily beating it with much less effort, much less overhead, much less financial investment, much less headaches. Okay, but I didn't know what I didn't know. I just tried to start a business because I was following Robert Kiyosaki. You want a business that's for everyone. You want to make sure that customers are on every corner, that you'll never run out of customers. It needs to be something that's for 100% of the population. Okay, this is for every man, woman, child, dog, cat, grandparents, everybody with a body. Sooner or later figures out you better take care of your body. You better take care of your body. If you don't, it will bite you in the butt later. That's why the average American at 50 years old is on 5 prescription meds. If you're only on 3, good for you. How many will you be on in 10 years? I think prevention is better than prescriptions, which is why I walked away from practicing medicine in 2019. I found a better way. Here's also different because we have a consumable product. We all know people who sell Cutco knives or vacuum cleaners or water purifiers. What an awful business. You go sell to all your friends, they buy it because they love you and whatever, they want to help you out. And then you have no one else to go to unless you go buy lists or knock on doors or call random people. Ugh. Whoever invited you today cares about you, knows you, and said, hey, you need to look at this. I believe in it. I just got off the phone with a friend who said her friend promised her, if I use this for my child and his Crohn's issues resolve, I will scream it from the rooftops. Well, guess what's happened? His Crohn issues have resolved. That's a disease of the gut and the intestines, by the way, have resolved. And now she's screaming it from the rooftops. That's why we're really different. What we have works. People buy it once, they buy it again. If you start with our starter package, 93 out of 100 people repurchase over and over and over again. This business model is touted as one of the best in the world to get started in by brilliant minds. Richard Branson says everyone should have a small business for tax benefits. I know that most of the time I'm talking to people who are employees. So in case you don't understand, every year you've had taxes taken out of every check, right? Usually it's too much. So they give you some money back at the beginning of every year and you're like, for taxes, money coming back. If you have a small business on the side, in addition to your 9 to 5, you can write off your investment in that business. You can write off your expenses to keep that business going. And I have a teacher that I work with who usually gets around $1,000 back every year in her taxes. And last year she got $3,900 back because of the investment in her business and her monthly overhead and all of those things. Her monthly overhead is just purchasing family's health through Pure. Tony Robbins says you need to have a business that's a small investment upfront, low overhead. That's what this is. This investment was less, than what it cost me to run my skincare store every month. Okay. And then the ability to leverage your time. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I told you about the book that I read in 2008, 2009 that made me say, I'm going to start my business. Probably 2007. And then he came out with the book, The Business of the 21st Century in 2010. And I realized I'd stumbled into this business model in 2008 accidentally. And my CPA was right. He told me, out of all the businesses you've started, I think this one is the one that will give you time freedom. He was totally right. What are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, will create for you a weekly check for decades to come? Whoever invited you today, I'm working for them. You have somebody working for you while you're at your daytime job, your full-time job, while you're at dinner with your family. Is someone working for you? The ability to leverage your time, meaning you put a little bit of time in consistently and you follow the system that we teach you on your phone. We send you all the trainings on your phone, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. We teach you what to do, how to plug people in, how to invite people. Hey, Bob, I found something amazing. I think it might be right up your alley. You should take a look. Don't say no. You can say no after you watch it. Give me an educated no. All right, today at 12. All right, see you there. That's it, over and over and over. It's like the lady at the breakfast shop. Would you like some coffee, ma'am? Would you like some coffee, sir? No? Okay. She doesn't throw down the coffee pot and run out screaming, nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I can't do my job. Whatever. I just called somebody every day on the way to work. And then I started plugging them in. And then they started calling me saying, oh my gosh, my joint pain is better. My pooping is better. My sleeping is better. And then they started telling people. And then the check started to grow. I started in this because it was in a clinical practice for 30 years. 3-year waiting list for people to get on this system of cleanse, balance, build. And they chose to start a company where the only way it spread is word of mouth. It's the only way it spreads. The only way you're going to find out about it. Why can't I just go to Whole Foods and buy it? Why? So we can sit on a shelf between 87 other multivitamins for kids and no one really knows the difference between any of them. Word of mouth travels best. But on top of that, it gives people additional checks. So Miss Betty, who I shared this with in my very first year that I started doing this, couldn't walk past her mailbox, could barely get her mail every day. So much fatigue, so much pain. She couldn't do it. Get started on our Core Complete Starter Package. She's walking around the block twice a day. Now she's calling me saying, Fred wants to get started too. He's seen me. He can't believe that I'm up and about and walking. He wants to get started. So now Fred and Susan and Mrs. Smith are now all on the products. And Betty's calling me going, not only do I feel amazing, but I'm getting weekly checks. That's something. I'd never helped people earn money before like that. I mean, I had employees that worked for me and they traded their hours and I gave them dollars. I'd never had somebody that I empowered by giving them videos. They invited people to watch the videos and then they got checks. Powerful. Why is this so powerful? Why does it work so well? Because after 20 years of practicing medicine, I believe there's three things that cause us all to be sick. We're toxic. We're drinking from plastic water bottles. We're eating foods that have been sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. We're out of balance. We're pouring acidic things into our bodies. Coffee, meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread. It's so bad, guys. This book, The China Study, says on the back, I'm just going to read it because I was reading it this morning. I'm like, this is really powerful. We're leading our youth down a path of disease earlier and earlier in their lives. 1/3 of the children, this was written in 2006, 1/3 of the children in this country are overweight or at risk of becoming overweight. Our kids are increasingly falling prey to a form of diabetes that used to be seen only in adults, and children now take more prescription drugs than ever. These issues all come down to three things: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Are you getting more plants in your body, or are you getting more meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread? We're out of balance, guys. We're lacking in nutrition. It's affecting our children. The studies are showing it. And whatever's in your genetic pipeline, you've seen your parents, it's the holidays, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, arthritis, what? Cholesterol, diabetes, what is it that's coming to you faster than it hit them? And you can put it out of your mind while you work your 12 to 14 hour a day job because you're just getting by. Can't wait till Friday so I have Saturday and Sunday off. You're just getting by, but it's going to hit you. And it's going to hit them faster unless you do something about it. I'm going to show you how to get more plants in your body in 30 seconds in the morning than your whole neighborhood gets in a week. And you can't just eat food. That's not the answer. Studies came out about 12 years ago, a multitude of studies showing how deficient our food supply is. We have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one. This is why we have an obesity pandemic. This is why. We have to cleanse, balance, build. Centuries old philosophy comes from the oldest book of wisdom, that everything we need comes from the ground. Genesis 1:29. I always say, I'm not going to make claims about what's going to happen for you. I just want you to put the puzzle pieces together while I'm talking. Why would I walk away from practicing medicine? 8.5 years of school, $100,000 of education. Why do we have medical doctors joining us weekly, and now recommending it to their patients? I have a dentist here in town who is struggling with autoimmune diseases, plantar fasciitis, allergies. She went on her own nutrition search, was reading all the same books, went vegan, and found Pure and was like, oh my gosh, I'm in, give me the family pack. A week later, buys 4 family packs for every member of her adult family to go get in their families. And now you can't walk in the dental practice without hearing about it because it's radically changed her health. And you know what? Her whole practice is on board. Employees, her partners. Why? This is why they say, we've known her our entire lives. This is one of those offices where people worked for 15 to 20 years, low turnover. And they said, she's the healthiest person we know. And she's radically different today than she was before Pure. We're in. Why? It works. Multiple products in the physician's desk reference. When we have a lot of products here, guys, we have over 50. We have a sports line that my husband, my kids, and I use every single day. We have immune boosters that we use when the flu is going around or when COVID's going around. I went through the Charlotte airport 20 times during COVID. Didn't get sick once. Didn't lose my taste. Didn't have any issues. Nothing happened. Why? Because I boost my immune system. I believe we all have cancer cells. The question is, are you feeding them or are you starving them? And in our family, we starve them. I'm going to talk about the starter package because it's easy and everybody needs to start here. Okay. 7 products. When people get started with this, 93 out of 100 repurchase. 93 out of 100 repurchase. Not the whole starter package, but typically 2 to 3 products because there's noticeable difference within 30 days. 6 things that are noticed. Weight loss without trying. Better sleep. Loads of energy. Better mood, bowel habit improvement. So whether we're talking about reflux or bowel issues, bowel habit improvement, and pain reduction, if not resolution. Okay, we have the best of the best in omega-3s, the best comprehensive plant-based, food-based liquid vitamin you will find. It also comes in capsules. Calcium that is not from cow's milk and acidic, but is plant-based and alkalinizing, perfectly combined with magnesium. So what do you struggle with, guys? Insomnia, heart disease, you hide it with your Tums and your Advil PM at night. You know, you have your little thing in your purse or your bag that whenever you go out, you have to take something so that there's not a problem in the bathroom. You have pain. Do you have to take pain meds for every day? It's worth a shot, right? You struggle with migraines once a month. You struggle with asthma or allergies and you have to take meds for that don't work anymore. There's side effects to all those things, you know? I was teaching my son last night about, Advil will knock pain out right away, but it can also eat a hole in your stomach. If you take too much of it, would you rather take something natural that doesn't have all these awful side effects? This is all natural, guys. If you're on prescription medications or you're over 40, look at our Core Complete. It includes these superfruits, goji, acai, noni, mangosteen. Each have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. They've been studied for over 3 decades here in the US. Okay, they're not mixed with pear juice, apple juice, other sweet tasting juices to make it taste good. It's just 100% noni. Yesterday, my son had a little stomach thing. He did wrestling for the first time this past weekend. And so literally rolled around on the floor for 13 hours with boys from 9 different schools. Okay, that was interesting. All right, he came home with I have a little pain in my stomach yesterday. I said, go drink your noni. 30 minutes later, pain was gone. This is over and over and over again. Parasites can't live in your gut when you're consuming noni. So Core Complete or the Core Plus. I recommend the Core Complete for a starter package. I want you to think of it as a servicing. We take our cars in for servicing every 10,000 miles. If we do not, it won't make it 200,000 miles, but we have multiple cars throughout our life. Okay. I have an Airbnb, our air conditioning filters. We just got a quote for servicing. It's $5,000 quote for 2 air conditioning units. When's the last time you serviced your home? We live in multiple houses throughout our life, but how many homes do you have that your soul lives in? 1. When did you service it last? Oh, I went to the doctor last month. I went in because I was having some stomach issues. My knee was hurting. Oh, what'd they do? Some scans, some lab work, wrote you some prescriptions. Maybe said we need to cut out your gallbladder. That's what we do in the US. We cut out your organs when they don't work anymore. No, your body can heal itself. Give it what it needs. Cleanse the 7 channels you eliminate through. Your lungs, your liver, skin, lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, intestines have been going through all the sludge for your entire life, getting the poisons out, trying to. You got to cleanse them. You got to service your body for 30 days. Don't service just your body. Service your whole family's body. Look at the family pack. And yes, your kids can take it too. My kids have been taking it since they were toddlers. They slam back superfruits. They slam back their calcium. They slam back their vitamins every morning. The Mila goes in muffins and French toast and waffles. And they've been doing it since they were babies. This is my oldest, my youngest now, when he was 8. I have videos of him when he was 3 drinking it. I'm going to add some videos to this of lots of other kids drinking their superfruits and their smoothies and their Mila. How much nutrition are you getting in your kids every day? It takes 30 seconds. Smoothies. We teach you, we have training videos where we teach you how to do all this stuff. I don't have any time. You don't have 30 minutes a day to sit down and learn how to get nutrition in your family. You don't have 30 minutes a day to do that because, again, it's your number one asset and you cannot replace it. And sooner or later, it will bite you in the butt if you do not take care of it. We have a better way, guys. It's a better way and people deserve to know. There's a lot of information on purelifechangers.com. I encourage you to go there. Look for information on the products if you're a nutrition junkie. Look at it. You'll see what we have is better than what you have. And if it's not, what do you have to lose by trying it? Don't think you can just pick one thing and replace just your omegas. It won't work, guys. We found when people pick and choose, they don't repurchase because they don't feel results. System, Core Plus or Core Complete. That's really where you need to start. If you're on this site right now watching, you can use the search box to look in whatever ailment you're struggling with, insomnia, migraines, ADHD, focus issues, heart disease, whatever, look it up. You'll see, go to the media folder. That's really fun. All the pictures that have been posted of people's lab work. I'm not here for what happens in the 30 days. I'm here for what happens months 3 and 4. And then when you go for your lab work, my husband just went, I need to go get his lab results. He said, they said, as usual, 50-year-old Puerto Rican male, healthiest blood they've seen, like year after year. Do you get nervous when you go to the doctor? We don't get nervous. So I started out just like a vending machine, telling people in my life. I was used to affecting the 50 to 60 to 70 people I saw a day. I was used to that. I wasn't used to impacting lives of people I didn't know. You know people I don't know. Cannot call them. If I call them, I'm going to sound like, who do you want me to vote for? Like I'm a political calling person. I'm not doing that, okay? You can call them and say, I found something amazing. You need to look. And when that happens, it grows and it grows real fast. So livepure.com is where you go to place your order. The future is online sales. The future is health and wellness. Don't throw what you want in the pack. Family package is my favorite starting pack. It's what I started with. Like the discounts on the products in the family pack are so huge. And I did not want this just for my family. When you check out, it'll say, do you want to save money and be a preferred customer? Yes. Give them your email address. You get 25% off. Do that. Okay. But then when you go to the next step, I would recommend setting up a smart ship. When you order in the future, and you will, set up a smart ship. You'll get a reminder when it's about to go through. You can literally click a button and delete it if you want to, or edit it. But that's how we're more affordable than our competition. The smart ship program gives you 20% off of free future orders. If you're watching this and you're thinking, how much is it? How much is it? How much is it? Or you're thinking, I'm into multiple streams of income, or I'm in debt and I don't know how I'm going to get out. Or you're thinking you need to tell somebody about this. Look at the brand partner option, guys. It's $49 to partner with us to spread the news. This is how money starts to come in. You're literally saying, hey, Bob, take a look. Hey, Bob, take a look. They watch. They get on Changing Lives with Pure. They see testimonies. They decide to place an order. Happened to me this morning. An order went through while I was at the gym. Like, who is this that ordered? You know, they're fine. I've invited them a million times. They finally watched something. They finally decided to place an order, and I get a check from it. Every week I get a check from it. Okay, so this is what happened in the beginning. $37 checks, $87 checks, nothing exciting. I made a lot of money as a PA. To make money just from a 30-minute call a day was interesting. And then it grew, and then it grew, and then it grew. And then I had teams in Montana and in New Jersey and in Washington State and in California. And when they were sharing it while I was sleeping and the people were watching videos and getting on Changing Lives with Pure, they were getting checks and I'm getting checks. And I'm like, when my check started meeting what I was making as a PA, where I spent 12 to 14 hours a day, and this I was doing 30 minutes a day, I'm like, what if I spend 3 hours a day on this? So whoever invited you probably invited quite a few people. Let me tell you this. This is important. They're only building 2 teams, okay? You're either going to be at the top of their teams or the bottom of their teams. And sometimes people go, oh, it's a pyramid. I knew it was a pyramid. What do you mean? You know, where someone puts all the money in, the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job, where the doctor made all the money and we made less as PAs and the nurses made less and the secretaries made less? And the secretaries could never make as much as the doctor? You mean that? Yeah, no, it's the opposite of that. I make more than the people who brought me in. I work harder. I'm more consistent. I've told a lot more people than they have. You make whatever you want to make here. So it's actually the opposite of that. If you're talking about a scheme or a scam, those are illegal. That's what Bernie Madoff's in prison for. And any schemes or scams out there, and there's some of them going around right now. I see it all the time. Put $80 in, you'll get $800 back in 2 weeks. What? If you put money into something and you get nothing back, it's not legal. That's a pyramid scheme, okay? This has been around 15 years. If you put money in and you get products, that's a legit business. They've just decided to take the marketing funds, and instead of paying marketing firms and commercials and radio ads, they pay us. You can even do direct sales and affiliate marketing here. You want to go sell on Amazon, not Amazon. You want to go sell on TikTok and I'm blanking, Facebook and Instagram, like we sell bags and people sell those things on there. You can do that if you want to here. You have your own distributorship. You can do whatever you want. Have loads of customers. Be your own vending machine. Real trick is when you have people underneath you who are sharing this as well, who Bob and Kristen would have never found out if you hadn't told them. So Bob comes in and says, I'm in debt. My health is a mess. I don't know how I'm going to get ahead. I'm 55 and I know my life is only getting worse every year. Put me in. Give me the family pack. But I can't talk to you about it till January. Okay, so he comes in with the family package, and then Beth calls you, and Leah calls you, and Brenda calls you, and Kristen calls you. Well, there's only 2 teams. So Kristen goes over here, Bob goes here, and then Beth, Leah, and Brenda go on Bob's team. And Bob gets emails. Beth, join your team. Leah, join your team. Brenda, join your team. Bob's like, what? I haven't even told anybody what's happening. Every time those people order, every time they tell somebody about it, money goes into a bank account for Bob that he can cash in on. How? By sharing it. He might not share for 4 years. That's fine. We'll keep building a savings account for him. It's a big deal, guys. Timing matters. Get back to the person who invited you and say, I'm ready to go. $49 to enroll. Free if you're military, free if you're a student, free if you come in with one of our business packs. The monthly overhead is about $140 a month, 3 to 4 products a month. That's what the average person here purchases. If you're a nutrition junkie like me, or you're an athlete, you're probably going to purchase more than 3 to 4 products a month. You probably already are with another company. You're just going to replace that with this because what we have is better. And you can tell when you take it. Set up the smart ship. Do you have to do that? Well, if you have customers who order 3 to 4 products a month, you don't have to buy anything every month to get your weekly checks. Set up the smart ship program. Okay. It doesn't go out for 28 days. You can delete it whenever you want, but you're set up for success. And then you go place your first order, and you can order whatever you want. Family package is $4,000 of products. Mark down to $2,500, and I can give you a coupon that makes it 20% off. That's $4,000 of products for $2,000. It's got our sports line. It's got the metabolic reset. It's got the core complete. It's got our greens. It's got our skin defense that I have in my car and my boys have in their backpacks that kill all bugs, all germs. It's got our colloidal silver, which is huge for styes and ear infections and burns. It's got everything. It's got the best form of glutathione you can find on the planet. It's got our meat collagen probiotic. It's got it all. Okay. So you're getting the best of the best for your entire family for like 50% off, essentially. Okay, so your membership fee for $49 is waived. Your shipping is waived. You get our 30 minutes a day of training with this. You get in the company star bonus program, which allows you to make more money. And then you get in my VIP program, where you are locked in with my top earners, where we help mentor and coach you. We have a weekly coaching call starting in January, where you will be able to be on live or recorded and have personal attention to help sure that you achieve your goals. Can't go wrong. Plus you get 4 of these suckers to share with the people that you begin to invite. Reset Plus, I love it. It's $1,500. With the coupon, it's $1,200. So it's $2,000 of products for $1,200. It's got the sports line. It's got the Core Complete, plus the metabolism boosters and fat burners for 2 people to do a 6-week program. It's a really good program if you're looking to lose weight. If you feel like you work out all the time, you never eat, and you're still not losing weight, you probably need to reset your metabolism. All right. With this, you get the 30 minutes a day of training. You get the free membership fee. You get the shipping waived. You get the company star bonus program and 4 of these as well, just not my VIP program. So keep that in mind. It's important. You can start wherever you want though, guys. If you want to be a business builder and you can only do $289, it's Core Plus servicing for 1 person for a month, then do that. It's less than $10 a day. When's the last time you serviced your car? How much was that? Service your body, guys. You get 1 of them. You can't get it back. Okay. You need to take care of it. Core Complete is my favorite starting pack, $414. With those, you'll get the 30 minutes a day of training. It's up to you what you put into this. Why did I make more money than the people who shared it with me? Because I was consistent, because my nephew started speaking and I felt ethically obligated to share it every day. The guys always say, how do I make my money back? Well, you start to share. And I'll tell you the numbers. It's very apparent. I've been doing this 15 years. If 10 people watch a presentation, 3 to 4 join. If 4 people come in with the same package you did, you'll make your money back. Or you just got your family's health for free. I like to think of it that way. So livehere.com, guys, throw in the pack whatever you want. Go to checkout. Choose to save money at checkout and become a preferred customer or brand partner and put in the name of the person who invited you. If you like to travel for free, company's taken my husband and I to Australia, Bora Bora, Hawaii 3 times, Europe 3 times. And actually earlier this year, we helped over 50 people earn this trip to the Amalfi Coast of Italy. I have a goal to bring 200 people with me to Greece in September of 2023. If you like to travel for free, 30 minutes a day of training. We teach you exactly what to do. And basically it's this: invite people to take a look. Invite people to take a look. There's no cap to what you can make. When I started making more than I made with my skincare store, I started paying more attention. When I started making more than I was making as a PA, I really started paying attention. And I said, what if I spend a little bit more time on this? And that's why I'm one of the top earners in the company, because I'm consistent. I invite people regularly and I answer their questions and I answer your people's questions. So I hope you take a look. I hope you get back to the person who invited you. Let them know what your questions are if you have any. I'm on here live right now. If you have questions, type them below in the Q&A. And I'm happy to stay on and answer your questions. I'm going live daily through December 16th. My next live is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a great testimony sharing with me tonight live. And I'm twice a day, Monday through Thursdays. So you can't go wrong inviting somebody to say, hey, I just saw this thing. I think you should take a look. Think about people that you've always said, we're going to go into business together. We're going to do something together, but it just seems too big and too hard and too far and too much time. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. The most you can spend is $2,000. Okay. Point made. All right. God bless. Hope you guys take a look. Get back to the person who invited you. I'll be on tonight at 8. Hope I see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.